More bad news for Fury versus Joshua. Bob Arum tells a lot of different sources, we're going to talk about it, that there are immense doubts now running over Fury Joshua happening next. He even tells The Telegraph, a UK-based media company, that the Tyson Fury Joshua fight won't happen in the summer. There's too many things to complete and is now, quote, dead in the water. We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Let's get into it. Smash the like button if you like this type of content. I give you all the news. This is your one-stop boxing shop. Latest and greatest live streams. We talk about what's popping. I give you my opinions, fight predictions, post-fight breakdowns. Let's go. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Pound $200 million mega fight is, quote, dead in the water, as promoter Bob Arum explains the latest twist. So I'll put the link in the description. Tyson Fury's U.S. promoter Bob Arum claimed on Thursday night the heavyweight mega fight, blah, 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 with Joshua is, quote, dead in the water. He says, quote, it will take several months for the Saudis to do their due diligence on such a huge deal, explained Arum. It is not just a site fee. There are ancillary demands from the Saudis stretching into the broadcast deals and other things. It could take months for it all to play out. It could take until 2022 the way it is looking right now, or the way it looks right now. Wow. The fight in July or August is dead in the water as far as we are concerned. So I'm not a linguist, but we makes me believe that it can't just be Bob Arum. So possibly Frank Warren and Bob Arum or Team Fury, because why else would you say we, as far as he could have said as far as I'm concerned, but he said as far as we are concerned. So it sounds like he's representing more than just himself, you know, obviously by the choice words. Says the fight in July or August is dead in the water as far as we are concerned. The two fighters need to go and have other fights this summer while the negotiations for that fight in the Middle East conclude. Arum added that he and Fury's promoter Frank Warren, quote, were on the same page with where they stand on the fight. It is absurd what Eddie Hearn is saying, that it is a done deal, said Arum from Vegas, where the Gypsy King is training. If we had just done a site deal without all the other complications that have arisen, we would have a fight by now. Tyson Fury is fuming about it and refusing to keep waiting. So you guys, link in the description, read the rest of it if you want. It sounds like a definite conflict. Eddie Hearn just did an interview with Behind the Gloves, and he promised that the fight was still on. Somebody's credibility will be tattered and shattered when this is all over. So it looks like your boy Ego Stradamus predicted it again. We'll wait and see. But this is other reporters. So Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated, he says he spoke to Bob Arum, right, who tells Sports Illustrated he has, quote, absolutely no confidence that a deal for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua can be completed in time for a summer fight. Says the Saudi Arabia deal, quote, will take months to get sorted out. So Bob Arum right here is being consistent with what he told Gareth Davies of The Telegraph. This was also reported. A third fight between Fury and Deontay Wilder, while not actively being discussed, is relatively easy to piece together per industry sources. Sticking point will be the guarantees. Those were not negotiated in the original contract. Not looking so good. Boxing reporter from Ireland, Chris McKenna, verified account. Bob Arum now saying Fury versus Joshua not happening this summer, but Eddie Hearn has claimed the site deal won't be the reason the fight doesn't happen, and the Saudis are planning to build an outdoor stadium in August. So Eddie Hearn said the fight was going to happen with Joshua Fury in June or July. Then that turned into July, and then July turned into August. And now they're saying they're going to start building an outdoor stadium in August. But I thought they said they had a stadium that was already built in Jeddah or wherever, and that was the stadium that was going to be used. So needless to say, this whole situation looks a mess. Your boy Ego Stradamus has kept you informed, and I made my predictions on what was happening. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn in the UK Sky Sports, they continue to lie and promise something, and they're under the gun. The pressure's on you. Sky Sports posted this today. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is a done deal despite recent criticism from rival promoter Bob Arum, says Eddie Hearn. So despite everything I went over in this particular video, Sky Sports and Eddie Hearn are telling you not to worry about it. So this article was published Thursday, April 29th in the UK. Coincidentally, the first article I cited, which was Gareth Davis, another UK boxing correspondent, he also same day posted that the fight is dead in the water. So this is why boxing has a bad look right now. Too much bad information, too much egos, no pun intended, too much pride. People are having this, people don't want to look bad or whatever. So they're stringing fans along. And this is the ultimate way to get your fight not to happen, by having a public negotiation. Now it sounds like Bob Arum, he just told you in this article, link in the description, that he and Frank Warren, the two promoters of Tyson Fury, are on the same page. So Eddie Hearn's on this renegade rogue mission saying the fight will be completed and he'll get it done. One more week, mate. So he keeps saying one more week, and they keep waiting a week, and he's like, hey, I wanted it done by now, but one more week, mate. This looks terrible. Terrible, terrible look. Look at the Telegraph. Boom. Exclusive, verified. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, dead in the water, as boxing promoter Bob Arum. And see, listen, I'm very objective in these videos, despite what, others may say. What reason would Tyson Fury's promoter, Bob Arum, who has this ESPN deal that he's gotten, and brought in Fury along in, what benefit would he have to say the fight is dead in the water if the fight was going to happen next? If the fight was going to happen and this deal was going to go through. Like, Eddie Hearn's trying to buy time. He must be sweating bullets. You listen to his interview with BTG and he sounded frazzled. He sounded like almost frantic. Like it's just too much pressure. Pressure bursts pipes, or it can create diamonds. For me, objectively looking at this, I don't see what benefit that Bob Arum would get from the situation by telling people, hey, the fight's dead in the water. Like, how does that help if you're still working on making the fight for the fans? So Eddie Hearn, the guy that wasn't in the Wilder arbitration like Tyson Fury and his people, Bob Arum and Frank Warren, is the only one telling you, one more week, mate, give me more time. I need more time. So it sounds like he's the black sheep in the situation, and he's been left out in the dark, and he's fighting what looks to be, and will wait, a hopeless mission. I told you before, I made the comparison. Eddie Hearn is like the Donald Trump of boxing. It's like, now it's going to become a blame game. When Donald Trump refused to concede the U.S. election with Joe Biden, and he told everyone who would listen, I really won, but they robbed me and they took it away. So even though what you said did not come true, you didn't in fact win the location. Donald Trump is no longer the U.S. president. Now it just becomes, this conspiracy about they robbed the election, they took it, I should have won for real, and things like that. And that's kind of what it looks like here with Eddie Hearn, the Donald Trump of boxing. Eddie Hearn is telling you, give me more time, give me more time. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury's team look like they're ready to move on. Fury's already working out with Saunders. He's attacking Eddie Hearn, saying that Eddie Hearn ain't giving enough attention to Saunders and promoting him to be on Canelo's jockstrap. This just looks terrible, people. It looks terrible. So we'll see what magic Eddie Hearn thinks he's going to come up with, but it looks like Ego Stradamus is going to strike again. Looks like Team Fury is ready to move on. And at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is going to be left footing the bill. He told everybody, got people hyped for some undisputed heavyweight fight, the biggest British fight in world boxing and all this stuff, and he can't get it done. And now he won't let his pride go and admit that. So he keeps trying to force the issue. He's like, I'm gonna make this happen. But I've never seen in boxing a deal where 2 of the promoters out of 3 were backing off and making it sound like the fight's not gonna happen. And Eddie Hearn was just on some solo mission saying it was gonna happen. Like, you have 1 promoter out of 3 telling you it's gonna happen, bear with me. And again, that's the one person who's not privy to whatever happened to the Wilder arbitration, which is the elephant in the room. Very sloppy. This gives boxing a black eye. And we need to have some accountability and some sort of demerits for the people who misinform the public with false and bad information. So we'll see how it all plays out. Smash the like button, click my link for TUBEBUDDY. We working. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.